Alright, today is finally the day. The Lakers are back on the floor tonight, facing the Golden State Warriors in a major showdown in the NBA. Two of the biggest markets in the NBA. Two of the clubs with some of the most star power in the NBA, including Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Anthony Davis, and LeBron James, who sadly is sitting out tonight, though the hope is that he returns for their next game. And we are talking about two teams that reached the postseason last season. The Lakers were the third seed, but ended up getting knocked out in the first round by Minnesota. The Golden State Warriors were the seventh seed, yet still made it into the second round, first beating the Houston Rockets before losing to the Minnesota Timberwolves as well. And we are talking about two teams that met 4 times last season, in which the Lakers went 3-1 in those meetings, taking the first 3 before dropping their last one, which came on April 4th. And during their past 10 battles, the Lakers also hold the edge here, posting a 6-4 record in those 10 games. And well, it really should set up a great matchup tonight. Again, there is plenty of star power worth talking about. Also some fresh additions that could help make this an even more exciting fight. And it should be a high-scoring, fast, and very back-and-forth game. So we are going to cover that and break all of that down during today's video. We will look at the injury news, the matchup trends, key matchup stats, and a lot more. But before we dive too deep into it, do not forget to check out Underdog Fantasy, the best way to get in on the NBA action this season and possibly profit. So if you want to ride along with me, here is what I am rolling with tonight. For my first pick, I have Rui Hachimura going higher than 9.5 points, which seems like an easy call with no LeBron playing. Then for my second pick, I have Jared Vanderbilt going higher than 9.5 points and rebounds combined, where he averages more than 13 of them against Golden State for his career. So, in my opinion, that one is basically a lock as well. Then for my third pick, I have Al Horford going higher than 3.5 points, which is a really small line for a player like him. Then for my fourth and final pick, I have a gimme pick with Kevin Durant going higher than 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists, with the insurance applied to make the target 0. So he only needs at least 1 point, 1 rebound, or 1 assist. So if you want to follow along with me, make sure to check out Underdog Fantasy. And do not forget to use code JSM to claim your free pick, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. But now, shifting back to the main topic and diving into the matchup between them, I think we need to begin with the injury report. And starting off with the Lakers side, the main one for them and the biggest injury in the whole NBA on opening night is that LeBron is out, officially confirmed to be unavailable in this meeting and probably for their first 5 to 10 to maybe 15 games of the new regular season. Currently being listed with and currently dealing with sciatica, a nerve issue that is affecting the lower right side of his body, something that has bothered him for a while now, with reports tracing back to late July, so nearly 3 months at this point. Again, they will hold him out tonight and likely through about the first month of the NBA regular season. But besides LeBron, they have one more confirmed player out tonight, that being rookie big man Adem Bona, who is still not yet cleared to return to play. He is still in his knee recovery program from an injury he suffered in late February. But he is practicing again and has looked pretty solid from what has been shown so far. So hopefully he will get cleared sooner rather than later. But outside of those two, the Lakers have a full roster tonight. Yes, Gabe Vincent is playing, he is officially active. Max Christie will likely play tomorrow, currently listed as questionable but trending toward active. Bronny will be available. Jackson Hayes is cleared to play, and even their two-way guy Colin Castleton got cleared to play too. So apart from LeBron and Bona, the Lakers pretty much have a healthy team tonight. But then for Golden State, they do have one real rotation player out tonight, that being Moses Moody, who is listed out with a calf injury that could keep him sidelined for the first week of the NBA season, maybe a bit longer, but that is the lone key absence. Jonathan Kuminga is listed as probable, but is very likely going to play tonight. Also the same thing with Andrew Wiggins, who is also very likely to be active. And other than that, they only have a two-way guy unavailable that was not expected to play anyway. So besides Moses Moody, LeBron James, and Bona, both squads have a healthy roster going into their first game of the regular season. But moving on from the health report and into the matchup data with the number comparison between both teams last season, starting with the offensive, defensive, and overall net rating for each club and how they ranked last year. The Lakers held the 11th rated offense, while Golden State had the 16th rated offense but had the 7th rated defense, while the Lakers had the 17th rated defense, overall finishing with the 14th best net rating, while Golden State had the 10th best net rating, holding a plus 3.2 compared to the Lakers at plus 1.2. So the advantage here does go to Golden State. But then looking at a few other numbers that reflect their playing style and how they like to run their offense. Starting with their pace of play, the Lakers finished 20th in pace last season, and that number will drop even lower without LeBron on the floor. He is basically their one-man freight train and the guy who pushes the ball in transition for them. So without LeBron, expect them to play much slower and operate more in the half court, which will likely be the case for Golden State as well, who finished 17th in pace last season. They typically like to attack in the half court and get Steph Curry open, often running him around screens for 10 to 15 seconds on one possession, which is the way their offense flows too. So probably expect more of a slower game tonight. Not saying it will be a low-scoring game, but it will be a bit slower and more in the half court rather than the open floor. And again, that will include a lot of three-point shooting, not only from Golden State, but really from the Lakers as well. Post-trade deadline, the Lakers took 43-point shots per night, making 15.1 of them, ranking 6th in the entire NBA, also landing in the top 10 in both threes attempted and three-point percentage, which was the same situation for Golden State, making 15.4 threes per game, ranking 6th across the league last year through the full regular season, also finishing top 5 in threes attempted per game and top 10 in three-point accuracy. Of course, that is their identity and what Steph Curry has built for over a decade. But at the same time, they are not good at drawing fouls and do tend to foul quite a bit. Something the Lakers will probably try to and can take advantage of. While the Lakers draw the third most fouls per game last season, also getting to the free throw line the third most, attempting 23.2 free throws each night. Golden State committed 19.2 fouls per game, which was the 7th worst mark in the league, sending teams to the line too often. Between Draymond Green, Moses Moody, and a couple of others on their roster, they combined for over 10 fouls per game by themselves. So that is an area worth targeting against them. And if the Lakers can take advantage of that while matching or coming close to Golden State's three-point shooting, then they definitely will have the edge in this matchup. However, they cannot afford to play sloppy nor get careless with the ball, as Golden State absolutely can and will punish mistakes. Last season they averaged 9.4 steals per game, ranking 4th in the NBA, and post-All-Star break they ranked 1st, swiping over 10 steals per game on their own. So yes, if the Lakers get careless, then the big advantage flips toward Golden State. Not to mention, the Lakers' notoriously weak transition defense, which I am hoping will finally improve. But if it looks anything like last season, where they surrendered 17 fast break points per game to their opponent, that could become a clear mismatch. If they are sloppy and loose with the ball, if Golden State plays tight defense and jumps the passing lanes, and the Lakers do not get back on defense, then this game could turn ugly fast. Overall though, even with no LeBron, I still feel this is a very even matchup. Nearly every time these two teams face off, it turns into a high-scoring game and usually a back-and-forth battle, with a few even going to overtime. So I would not be surprised to see that happen again. But now to close this out and highlight a few matchups along with a few players to watch in this one. Of course, I have to begin with Steph Curry, who last season averaged 31.3 points per game, 6.3 assists per game, and 3.3 rebounds per game against the Lakers while, of course, making plenty of three-point shots against them, hitting 5 of them per game last season while attempting nearly 14 of them, shooting 36.4% from beyond the arc. Not to mention taking 6.3 free throws per game, of course converting them at a 92% rate. And if they allow Steph to drop 30 or more on them again tonight, then this one might get ugly as well. But for the Lakers, I could obviously point to D'Angelo Russell. With no LeBron tonight, he will be the primary ball handler for them as usual, but likely with even more usage. A lot of pick and roll between him and Anthony Davis. Another guy I really need to mention is Davis himself, who looked great throughout preseason in my opinion. He clearly seems locked in and hungry to prove the NBA world wrong. He definitely looked locked in defensively. So I am watching to see if he can mirror that tonight, and how often he will be drawn into high pick and roll with Golden State and often switching and helping on defense with Steph Curry in the Lakers' very motion-heavy offense. I will be watching Jackson Hayes. But for one role player in particular, I kind of hinted at it before, but I am definitely watching Jared Vanderbilt. Like I said, he always plays really well against Golden State, through his full career averaging 7.2 rebounds per game, 7 points per game, and over 2 assists per game in only about 20 minutes per game. So I definitely will point to that. And in all of their past 10 matchups, Vanderbilt has grabbed multiple offensive rebounds, pulling 3 of them in their last meeting, 4 in the one before that, and at least 1 in every one of their last 10. So I am definitely watching Vanderbilt, watching Hayes, maybe even a dark horse off the bench like Max Christie, but mainly Vanderbilt, Hayes, D'Angelo Russell, Steph Curry on the other side, and possibly Jonathan Kuminga with no Moses Moody for Golden State tonight. He can heat up and come off the bench to drop 20. So they have to contain him as well. But with all that said, what do you guys think? What are you expecting between the Lakers and Golden State Warriors tonight? Who comes out on top? What will be the main key to victory? And which role player could break out? And overall, what are you watching for? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I think that will just about wrap it up for this one. And if you liked the video, I would really appreciate it if you dropped a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day or night.